Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Predrag, people call me Peter. I'm a massage therapist and I'm also energy healer. Today, as usual, I would like to talk about my favorite subject, and that's healing. So, however, lately, especially since before Christmas, I noticed that in my healing session I have more and more people who are dealing with family lineage. Some people call that curse, but it's most likely it's like a clearing karma, and kind of people start realizing that they are kind of put in the certain families to break uh, whatever's going on in their life, and it made because of whatever's going on with their parents and grandparents and at the back. So that was very interesting for me because like I said in one of my previous videos, uh, so many times when I have a client, the clients come with of course, for help and all that stuff, but also for me personally it's a kind of reminder where I have to look. So after all these sessions, I went and I was like thinking, what's the message for me? And I realized that I was always black sheep in my family, and my family members, they had different expectation for me than I did. But um, now things start changing and they kind of start accepting me differently, and they start realizing every time when they're in communication with me or in my presence that they have to look in their own shadow. I hope that makes sense. However, with those clients, we went, like, for example, one client, I think I mentioned before, I'm tapping into Akashic records, and I took a course where I want to kind of get more knowledge to know where I am and all that stuff. So, however, I tapped in her family lineage, and it went, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 generations back, where uh, the male figure, could be grandfather, um, had attachment, and that entity, it's not energy, it's entity, basically surviving through generations. Um, and with time, that entity was actually able to kind of influence influence more members of the family. So I remember the client said, "Oh, I feel like I'm adapted." But no, you're just a beam of light who was placed this in this present moment to kind of erase that negative line. Um, so yeah, loads of people are start dealing with the kind of family issues, or so many people, they call that curse. Then another thing I noticed that uh, it's a, and I know people are gonna comment. I don't really care, but um, it is also kind of alien attachment on people. And even in one session, because I explained before, I like to go with the client. I like to connect with the client, and I'm basically following clients, and I kind of, not that I give them opportunity, but I want them to face with what they are dealing for. So one of clients, she actually saw like a green alien jumping from her heart chakra into like solar plexus, and And it was very hard to kind of catch, if that makes sense, the entities, alien entities, and rid of that. So that reminds me, but that was like maybe 20 years ago when I had a dream, and it was a vivid dream where in my mind I saw inside of my body, and I saw it's like a gelatine, silicone, whatever creature, green, but ugly green, uh, attached to my spine, from my scalp down to my hips, and it was like it's like a net of that creature, and I was trying to rid of that entities, and because I knew that that entity came with the purpose to spread on other people. I don't know how to explain. However, I was pulling and pulling that, and I realized that if I pull stronger, I'm gonna actually break my spine. But then in the same time, I knew if I do that, I'm gonna finally rid of that entity. So I remember I pulled that, and my spine, it's a horrible feeling, break. But I woke up. So usually I was showing that kind of situation. It's a more like symbolically, where, of course, I didn't die and I'm still functional, but it's a kind of symbolically what needs to be done to kind of rid of. In this case, was like a physical whatever, but what I did with the client was energetically, and so that's another thing coming. And I know that 2024, it's year of the dragon, and it's going to be fiery. So we're going to be witnessing loads of different anomalies with the people, but also from different realities. And I don't think another thing, my kind of opinion is that we physically, but that's my personal opinion, we are not able to travel physically, like sit in whatever and go to Venus or Mars. I don't believe in that, and I know it's a barrier. Um, but we can astral travel, and we can go a different way. So everybody's talking about alien disclosure. I'm kind of a little bit uh, suspicious about the whole thing, especially, I don't know, there was an incident in Miami. I personally believe was a reality overlap, but also people making, fake videos and all that stuff. So just be careful, where you putting your intention. However, if you have any questions, uh, I would gladly love to answer on these questions. If you want to make an appointment for a healing session, I'm here. All these informations are on my bio. And just try not to be involved too much in I'm not talking just mainstream media. I'm also talking about like spiritual channels, because it's a mash and mix of everything. And literally, you need to listen to your heart, and whatever is your heart telling you, that's your own truth. It doesn't matter what other people think about the whole thing. Yeah, that's me for today. See you soon.